Dallas Mavericks. I've chosen an image here, which is really a transition of eras, isn't it? We got Dirk, we got Luca, old Dirk, young Luca, and I guess I've chosen this as an iconic image for a few aspects here. I guess one, there's the Dirk aspect, yeah. Dirk is obviously, I think, hands down. Like I don't know if you can argue otherwise, the greatest Mavs player in franchise history right now. Right now, to this day, yeah, he delivered them that one ring, first one in franchise history, played there his whole career, and had a sort of a great run there with the Mavs. Then they had this opportunity somehow because of the Hawks, on draft night, made that trade, and then they landed the next greatest, I guess, ultimately European prospect that's come into town and, now is in his prime. And, they can only hope that they're going to sort of do the same thing with him, hopefully more than one ring, right? But I think this image is iconic because there's many ways this could play out. This could play out where you know, Tim Duncan went on to have that Hall of Fame career and somewhat did what David Robertson did with that franchise, but even greater than that. Yeah, that's probably one way that this could really play out. Another way this could really play out is the Kawhi Leonard, if we use the Spurs again as that franchise, where hey, franchise cornerstone for the Spurs there, but little things happened, fractured into bigger things, never happened that they got on the same page, and then they had to let him go. They didn't want to play there anymore. That's ultimately what it is. And you can probably see that that's starting to happen in Dallas. Yeah. That will Luca be there for his whole career? 2 years ago, you'd go, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to look after him. He's going to be there forever. He's going to be the next Dirk, and he's going to win them a ring or two or three, perhaps at some point. But right now, the Mavs are such a mess, and we've talked about them and all sort of what they've done with their trades, and now re-signing Kyrie. That's definitely no longer guaranteed. It would hardly be shocking if they crash and burn this season, and Luca suddenly goes, "I don't know if I want to sign an extension. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be here anymore. I want to be traded." Yeah, and suddenly he wants somewhere else to play. Okay. Um, I think that's why I picked this image. I think it really shows that sort of 2 years here coming together. They played that one season, I think, together as well. But you know, this picture could be really remembered in many different ways in say 10 or 20 years time.
Yeah, I think like you're investing in the iconic moment. So you're hoping that the stocks on this increase and it ends up being iconic. I went with the one that is iconic. This is Dirk Nowitzki hitting a layup over the Miami Heat. You can probably piece it together that this is from the 2011 NBA Finals. This is Dirk's only championship, the Mavs' only championship, and their finals run we've talked about in the past. Very impressive. Real underdogs. No one really expected them to get here. And this is game two. And this is him hitting a shot like pretty much on the buzzer to win after going on a 22-5 run to basically level the series. Now, the reason why this is important is the Mavericks win 4-2, right? So play the hypothetical game with me. Let's say that Miami wins this game and Dallas still wins the series. They have to do it game seven at Miami. I don't know if they're going to pull that off, right? This game, like we can talk about series in general. There's a lot of series where one game's really important, right? So game four for Golden State against Boston. I don't know how much you've talked about, sorry, how much you've read about that or heard about that, but Golden State recognizes that Steph Curry needed to go off. They needed to win that game, not to avoid the 3-1 deficit hole, but just because that was an important game to win. And you look at this game winning layup, this is an important game to win. You steal one on the road. You steal one against the Heatles, the dynasty that's creating, and you create that unrest. You create that uncertainty within the team. And LeBron clearly had his own struggles in that series. Do they not occur if he's able to coast? Right? There's a whole journey implication from this. But the reason why a layup is so iconic for me is Dirk is a shooter. Dirk is a shooter, and Dirk offensively recognized that he can get to the hoop. They're playing small ball, and he can beat the Heat, right? And he, as an individual, is probably the only person to beat the Heat because the Spurs as a team dismantled the Heat. But he, along with taking down Kobe, and taking down Tim Duncan along the way, and even the younger Kissy, he beats the Heat.
Um, I don't mind your argument. You know, if you're saying Dirk is iconic to the franchise, yeah, sure. I play with challenge that you just picked a really poor image. I don't know, like I feel like I feel like if you're going to really cement an iconic image of Dirk, you're taking his you know, his fadeaway, right? His one-legged fadeaway, like you mentioned, he's sort of remembered as a shooter, and that shot was unstoppable in that sense, being 7 foot and being able to step away and hit that mid-range shot, similar to Tim Duncan probably in a sense, like you know that little bank shot that he had. That how do you stop that? How do you block that? You'd have to be 7 foot tall yourself as well, right? To start with, okay. And yeah, but look, hey, look, the Mavs and Dirk, you know, great run there. Look, you know, I'm not going to fight you too hard on this one.
This is two guys with spare time. I'm Faz, this is Nick. You're probably a basketball fan like us, so hopefully you can throw us an assist and giving our video a like and subscribing to our channel.
And if you got thoughts, feelings, or even some suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And thank you for using your spare time to watch us in our spare time.